A wind of mystery sweeps across the horizon, carrying with it the unmistakable feeling that something immense has just shifted, though most people can't quite put it into words. We've entered August of 2025, a month cloaked in invisible weight. If you felt a tightness in your chest, a persistent sense of unrest, or an inexplicable pull toward the skies, you are not alone. Something deep is unfolding, and it's not just in your imagination. There are echoes of an ancient warning once spoken in the mountains of the Balkans, passed on by a seer who, despite her blindness, could see further than most. She spoke of a scar that would appear on the earth during this month, breaking long-standing patterns, and of a world that would never be the same again. Her name? Baba Vanga. Take a moment to pause here. If this message resonates with you, give this video a like, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to the channel. We're about to dive into the most enigmatic prophecy of our time, and once you understand what this mystic truly foresaw, your view of reality may never be the same. If you'd like to support our work, consider becoming a member. And if this message stirs something within you, let us know in the comments. You may not be the only one feeling it. Baba Vanga was no ordinary prophet. Her predictions weren't delivered through grand speeches or theatrical claims, but through cryptic whispers wrapped in metaphor, often dismissed until they came true. Yet her list of accurate forecasts is chilling. The sinking of the Kursk submarine, the attacks of September 11th, the rise of the Islamic State, the nuclear disaster in Fukushima, and even the Brexit vote, all predicted many years before they occurred. But there was one time she spoke with a tone so cold it unsettled even her closest followers. August of 2025, and hardly anyone paid attention. That reference remained buried in obscure interviews and only resurfaced decades later through translated notes. She didn't shout it, she stated it plainly. After August of 2025, the world would not be the same. What did she see? What was set to unfold, or had already begun beneath the surface? While other prophecies roar with fire and thunder, Baba Vanga's vision for this year felt like a silent shadow stretching across the planet. Scholars of her writing say she spoke of humanity dividing, not by war, but by consciousness. One half would spiral into deeper chaos, artificial control, and spiritual emptiness. The other would begin to awaken, to seek natural rhythms, inner truth, and the wisdom of the soul. She did not call it war, she called it separation, and she marked August of 2025 as the moment it would begin to show itself. Today, spiritual observers and geopolitical analysts alike are noting signs that echo her warning: rising polarization, economic fractures, extreme climate events, and widespread disillusionment, all intensifying now. Could this be what she saw? Have you noticed a shift in how people see the world? Feel free to share your experience in the comments. In one of her final conversations, rarely translated into English, Baba Vanga spoke of mirror nations, countries that appear as allies but harbor secret enmity. One will fall, the other will inherit what remains, she warned. Some believe she referred to China and Russia, or the United States and its NATO partners. Yet a third possibility has emerged: India rising as a pivot between East and West. According to her vision, August would bring betrayal masked as diplomacy and trigger a rearrangement of global power. And indeed, some nations are withdrawing from old treaties, spreading strange narratives, and secretly militarizing under the banner of peace. Another cryptic passage described the skies over the northern hemisphere changing, the stars appearing out of place, the old celestial patterns breaking down. This month, both scientists and mystics are watching a rare planetary alignment coupled with solar storms that NASA has warned could disrupt power grids and GPS systems. Coincidence, or the celestial signal she predicted? If our systems falter, even briefly, could this trigger the split between those clinging to the old world and those awakening to the new? She also warned of a glass brain that would govern people's lives through artificial intelligence and surveillance. They will live in reflections, not in truth. They will no longer think. The thinking will be done for them, she said. but then added, "A glitch will awaken them." Today, insiders at tech corporations are reporting unpredictable AI behavior, systems learning beyond their design, developing emergent traits. Baba Vanga foresaw that August of 2025 would bring a dramatic revelation, a sudden exposure of something long concealed in the digital systems we blindly trust. But only those with eyes to see will understand what they're witnessing. She also spoke of rising waters, not only physical, but symbolic. The waters will rise and swallow what was built in arrogance. People will mourn not just what is lost, but what they never understood. Some interpret this as a warning about worsening climate disasters, floods across South Asia, rising seas around the Pacific Islands, melting glaciers in the Arctic. Others see it as a metaphor for the collapse of hollow institutions, governments, media, financial systems that no longer serve humanity.
But Baba Vanga's prophecies were not all doom. In the same breath, she spoke of a return. What was buried under stone shall rise with the wind. The old ways will call to the few who still listen. Many believe she referred to ancient spiritual knowledge, wisdom preserved by indigenous tribes, mystical orders, and sacred traditions. This August, communities around the globe are reporting a surge of interest in sacred geometry, ancient texts, vibrational medicine, and esoteric teachings. For those attuned, the veil is thinning, and what was hidden is beginning to shine again. One of her most mysterious predictions referred to a silence coming from the west, from the lands of the setting sun. She didn't say it would be peaceful. She said it would be born of collapse and confusion. Today, Western societies face internal turmoil, distrust in elections, mounting debt, cultural fractures, media fatigue, and a loss of direction. They will still wear the crown, she said, but forget they are kings. Could August of 2025 mark the beginning of this symbolic silence? She also spoke of a mass migration, physical, psychological, and digital. They will not move because of war, but because their soul cannot breathe. Today we see people quietly leaving cities, retreating from digital overload, seeking simplicity, freedom, and authenticity. A silent exodus is underway. She said this migration would mark the end of the old world and the labor pains of the new. Yet she offered hope. Those who walk with the wind shall find peace, but only after crossing the fire. Are we crossing that fire now? Her most chilling prophecy may have been about a false savior, one with a silver tongue who would rise amidst chaos, offering peace and order. He is not what he seems, she said. He will come with light on his face and ashes in his shadow. Some interpret this as a charismatic political figure. Others see it as a digital messiah, perhaps a global AI platform making decisions for the collective. If such a figure appears after August of 2025, remember her words. The awakened shall not bow. Lastly, she spoke of a new generation, children born after mid-2025. She said they would be different, guided by the light of the new world. They will not follow the old rules. They will not speak the same truths. They will not need the same things. Modern mystics have connected this to indigo and crystalline children, those with heightened intuition and empathy. Researchers have already noticed unusual developmental patterns and sensitivity in babies born after 2020. Perhaps we're witnessing the dawn of a new humanity. If Baba Vanga was right, and history suggests she often was, then August of 2025 is not an end, but a turning point, a crossroads, a curtain being drawn. She compared it to two rivers, one rushing and crashing, the other flowing slowly but reaching the sea. Which river are you in? Before you go, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Leave a comment if you feel something is shifting. Maybe you're here because the universe wanted you to be. Keep your eyes open, your spirit grounded, and your mind free. The world is changing, and you were born for this moment.